Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to one more KTT Talks podcast. Today we are live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and we have two beautiful guests. Look to this.
Hello.
Yes, this was my problem. Audio now is off. Let's check if everything is okay. For those that are on Instagram, please let us know if you can hear us good.
Yes.
Paula is here. Okay, moving. Joan and Irina. Welcome, my dear friends. How are you?
Hello.
Fine.
Hello,
¿Cómo
hello.
estamos, familia? All good?
Super bien. Super bien. Felices. Happy.
Good. It's so good to have you here. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation. Just to do here, it's doing a small feedback, no? No, it's good.
Yeah.
Just to do here a presentation of what is happening. KTT, for those that don't know, means Kizomba Teachers Training. It's a program that me and Paula created back to 2013, where we share our step-by-step to teach Kizomba. So we had more than 500 students all over the world to learn our methodology, to learn our concepts, our structure to teach Kizomba, and most of them are applying it worldwide. And we are very blessed by this opportunity because we can meet people from all over the world. It's an amazing way of networking to connect people from different parts of the world connected with the same love, that in this case is dance, social dancing, and namely here, Kizomba. So every Monday at 6:57 Portugal time, we do these KTT Talks where we invite some of our students from the KTT to know more about them, because usually when we are in the training, it's a very intensive days. So many hours of lesson, parties, it's quite crazy, and we don't have enough time to hang out individually and to know more about your personal life. So that's why we are inviting all of you as much as we can. And today we are traveling to Latvia and to Cuba. How are you?
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to be here. Definitely.
So good. So usually we split this in three parts. The first part is to know more about you personally. The second part is to talk about KTT, and the third part is to talk about present and future, okay? So let's talk about you two first. How did you met? How come a Cuban guy go to Latvia? What happened? How was this process?
Oh, yeah. That was a very, very nice meeting with Irina. I was here in Latvia visiting the country, and I got a job, and the girl who gave me this work, it was her. And I think immediately we fell in love, and of course it was a very, very nice meeting, and that's why I am still here in this country, in love with this Latvian beauty.
How many years was that when this happened?
Almost 10 years.
10 years. So good.
Yes.
But Irina, so you born in Latvia, yes?
Yeah.
You are from Latvia, and when did you start being connected to dance? How was your process related to dance?
When I was at school, I used to go to folk dance, like all Latvians.
Oh.
So, but that was very different from what we dance now. And then in 2009, I started it accidentally. My best friend took me to an event which was made by French people. That was French meeting or something. And I saw the first class where my best friend was dancing, and that was bachatango. And I was thinking, oh my God, what is that? Where am I? And this is how it slowly started. So, but I can say that I didn't see much difference between salsa and bachata. So we had no Kizomba by that time.
So good, so good. I'm having here some troubles with Instagram. So my dear people from Instagram, it's the first time that we are doing this live transmission to all the places. Let us know on Instagram how is the audio, if it is some kind of feedback, how is the image. Otherwise, we'll need to stop there and go just to YouTube and Facebook. because we want to deliver the best quality of this talk. So say something, please, and we move on. So, and you were saying, Joan, that you went to Latvia from Cuba, but you were already a dancer?
Yes.
You know, it's not my profession, it's not my occupation, it's my passion. I am not professional dancer. I dance from very little. When I was very little, I started to dance because my parents, they start to teach me how to dance Cuban salsa, and it's a heritage in Cuba. And I started to teach here. It was my first time in my life teaching Cuban salsa. It was here in Latvia because in Cuba, of course, many, I think all of our Cubans, they know how to dance, or at least how to move with sabrosura. But here in Latvia, I did my debut. I started to teach, and has been full of fun, but at the same time very hard, very hard way.
What were you working on? What was your profession?
Well, I am a teacher. I study pedagogy, and also I am a social communicator.
Oh,
So I teach mainly. Now in this moment I am teaching Spanish in our language school because we have a language school, and also Spanish at the university.
oh, so good. Nice.
Yes,
But
yes.
you said that when you went to Latvia, she was the one that gave you work, but in
Yes.
what? Dance or in the teaching?
In the first in the teaching, because Irina has a language school,
Okay.
and I start to teach there, and
But
totally
why Latvia?
something
Why
totally
Latvia?
new for me also, because it was also my first time teaching foreigners, or not the native
Of
speaker.
course. But why Latvia?
um, I came here to visit them, and
Okay.
of course I fell in love with the country. I like it very much. It was the opposite of what I used to live, and I like it very much, and I still like very much.
Irina,
I'm saying,
do
¿qué
you
pasa en Las Vegas se queda en Las Vegas.
exactly. What happens in Vegas or in Latvia, it stays in Latvia. Do you remember the day that you met Irina?
Oh yes.
How was it?
That was the first meeting. I saw him, and I came back at my place where my friend was waiting for me, and I told her, I don't know how I am going to work with him. It will be impossible. And that was true. Today we are having our 7th wedding anniversary.
Oh, congratulations!
Congratulations! Happy birthday! So good. And do you because at this moment, including you have 2 daughters, so this was a beautiful project that born from something that you were not believing at the beginning, because you were not believing that you could work with him, and at the end you are working, you construct a family. So usually when the things don't start so good, they tend to go in the proper direction. And what about Kizomba? How Kizomba entered in your life? When was the first time that you get in contact? How was that process?
About Kizomba, Irina was my
Pusher.
my pusher.
I pushed him.
Yeah. You know, I like it very much, Kizomba, but very much. I fell in love immediately with Kizomba in the first moment when I hear the first song. That it was not here in Europe. I was listening Kizomba in Cuba, but of course, in that moment, I was not so interested. But here in Europe, I start to listen to music and to watch videos, and I fell in love with this. with the rhythm, with the dance. I started to try. I started to try learning by myself, but I understood that it was not possible for me because
Of course.
you know, Kizomba is something totally different to our Caribbean dances. The movement, the body movement, they are another other kind, and
Exactly.
I was not able to do it by myself. I had to take some lessons. And Irina
Too
pushed me.
much sabor to be able to put it only in the bunda. Yeah, so too much up
Yeah,
here.
exactly. And Irina pushed me to the lessons. The first lessons, we went
To Vilnius, to
where in
Vilnius.
Lithuania, in Vilnius, with
Thomas
the
K.
Grandmaster Thomas Keita.
So good.
And from him, I think I took the first steps and the flavor, the taste, and the passion also because he's a very passionate teacher. And
Indeed, indeed. It's one of the first teachers. For those that don't know, here you have a good tip to research and try to know about Tomás Keita work because it's first generation of Kizomba teachers here in Portugal, together with Pechu, with Avelino Chantre, with Antonio Bandeira, and Wati. So they were the first to create this movement. I start learning with Master Pechu, and then after we enter in a second generation, there is a third generation where it appears also Albir and Felicia and Murnaso. So time by time, everything was developing till what we have nowadays. And nowadays we can have Kizomba any place in the world. And it's so beautiful to see this evolution.
exactly.
So from this moment that you start connecting to the music, Irina was pushing you. But what called your attention, Irina, about Kizomba? What were the things that for Joan, what it was the music, and for you?
No, I like the music too. The music was very beautiful, and it was starting to come to Latvia as well. And we also, yeah, that was it was nice time when Kizomba started to come here, and we started organizing our events, and you get into it slowly, step by step.
So good. ¿Quieres probar un café?
Parate ahí en seco.
No, because sorry guys, on Instagram things are not going so good because of internet. From I think it's your internet because sometimes your part is cutting, but because I'm seeing here, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm just worried a little bit with this justice. I need to keep going.
There is a sentence that we learned that is what you cannot avoid it, just enjoy it. So instead of being stressed about what is happening around, we just let it go with like a river. A river just go in one direction, don't return back. So
And for the people, if you are on Instagram, that you are saying that the internet is very unstable or instable, it doesn't matter. You understood. Go to Facebook to Paula and Ricardo
Or
to YouTube, and there you will have better experience. Yes, and sorry for this. Thank you, internet. You never know. Thank you.
good. So what happened from the moment that you start learning Kizomba and then you decided to create lessons? So first of all, before we go to the technical part of your learning, why you decided to start teaching? What were the things that made you want to create groups of students there at your hometown? Do you remember?
In the beginning, when I started to dance, that I understood that I could do it, and I had some flow in my way of dance. I was dancing a lot everywhere, but I was not, I was dancing for myself. I didn't know that I could be Kizomba teacher. many people during the parties, they were asking for lessons and telling me that maybe we can we can teach Kizomba. And again, Irina started pushing me. Let's do it. I think we can do it. It's going to be very good.
No, I said you can do it.
No. and of course, the people were insisting, yeah,
Yeah.
very much. And in that time, we were working for one school, and the manager of this school, he was very, insisting very much, and till one moment that I accept, of course, and I say, oh, okay, let's try. Why no? Because he was telling.
This question for me is important because I'm quite interested in understanding why the people start to teach. And there are like patterns that are repeated all over the world. And one of the things, it's because people fell in love by the music and the dance, and they don't have people to dance with at their own town. So they want to create a community. This is one of the things that's happened. Other thing that happens very often, it's what you are saying. You fell in love, you start being there. It happens to me. This was what happened to me also. You start being all the parties that you can, you go. Every time that you can dance, you dance. So people start associating you to that rhythm and to that dance without you doing nothing for that. You are just having fun. And naturally, it will be somebody on the scene, usually people that already have dance studios, that want to give a try to create a small community of students, to bring different subjects to their school. So they start looking around who are the ones that are more related to that and have in somehow some success in the dance floor. And it's okay, it's everything okay. But usually these people, they are not willing to teach because they are just having fun. And including, you don't have the skills to teach, because dancing good doesn't mean that you teach good. So are two different things. So it's interesting to know that in your case, you were invited because you were just there all the time. And you, Irina, it was the same? You were together at that time?
Yes. We were working together from the beginning.
Good. So when the owner of that school keep insisting, and finally you just open the door and say, okay, let's do this. What were the things that you start understanding that you need, the tools that you need to have to be able to teach Kizomba?
Oh, the basic. For me, it was hard, of course, because it's one kind of dance that I learned maybe a couple of years before to start to teach. And because with salsa, for me, it was something that it was extremely hard. I didn't took any methodic from others. I did mine, and I worked very hard on it. In Kizomba, we try to do almost the same. We start to see some lessons, to participate in some lessons, and we started to took the tools that we consider that were effective or good for us. And in this way, we were making one kind of methodology very particular.
Yeah, but it's, don't worry. The Instagram fell, but I'm using this to transmit to Instagram, so no worries. Okay. We keep like this. I think it's better like that.
Okay. Entonces, so we start. We start, and we got good results because we got many students, and everyone who attend the lesson, they were able to dance, and with good quality. I think of course in the beginning, everything, it was very hard for me. I had to, how to explain, to
En
analyze.
español.
Not to analyze. I had to analyze every detail, how to explain, because salsa for me is a little bit easy, because it's something that I am dancing for so many years that I understand what I have to move and how to explain to the people. But with Kizomba, it was not the same. And something that get in my life, in our life, I think very positive and very good were your lessons, of course, because before your lessons we were working not so good. We were doing
Do you remember?
Sorry?
I was asking if you remember when was the first time that you saw us?
Yes, I remember. We saw you in Poland. It was in Poland?
Poland.
In Poland.
With Ola and Maciej.
Oli Maciej, yeah,
But-
the Warsaw Kizomba Festival.
Yeah, but we were following you on Facebook. So-
Yeah,
Oh.
but this was that we saw you in real life. But I think after some month, 2 or 1 month, we went to your classes.
And how did you heard about the KTT?
It was Irina. It was Irina.
I saw your advertisement on Facebook, and I said to him, "We have to
Yeah.
go. We have to go." So we took all the family with us.
So
We did a very nice trip, by the way. It was full of
I
fun.
remember
And
that
in
story.
the end, it was very much. We spent very great time in this trip.
So good. About the KTT, so you already were teaching, you already were trying to create your own methodology, you were able to analyze, like you were saying, what you were doing, the results with the students, but you felt that you need some more structure and more tools to be able to teach. And that's why you made the decision of investment to traveling to Portugal with your family, spend here some days, the investment of the training, being out of home. So all the investment that is quite a big investment of time and money and everything. For sure, you create some expectations. Inside of the expectations that you have and inside of what you got when you arrive here, what are like the highlights that you can pop up in a way that a person that never made the KTT can understand what kind of tools KTT can bring to you as a Kizomba teacher? And in this case, teachers that were already teaching, not only Kizomba, but also salsa. So experience in salsa, starting in Kizomba, and made this investment in a Kizomba teachers training. What are the things that you can highlight more from the training?
Empieza tú. que yo te-
Your turn.
Go, Irina.
I think that was very important that we can learn from real professionals, and we go and see you live, and we listen to all the history and all musicality. I still remember those. When is number 1? When is number 5? Joan was perfect at that. I remember that. So, and everything, and that practicing, and to see your school, and when you see that all live, that's different. And also it gives us methodology, which is important when we go step by step, what is important. And by that time, the Kizomba was also stronger, because now the new flows of urban and everything like that. So we didn't have that in us. And that was very good to have it all pure and original. And also, to have this confidence that you go and learn. And it's not the same, like you learn a combination from YouTube and you think you are a Kizomba teacher. It's not the same, right?
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, you give us so many important tools to be in front of a classroom that I don't know how to be más agradecido, more grateful. because
Very good.
after these lessons, I went to the classroom with more confidence and, of course, very, very ready. Yeah. Now I
Did
think.
you
Yes.
yes.
No. After dime
Are
tú.
you? Yeah, but did you immediately methodology to somebody that was starting like a class of people, uma turma,
A class of students.
a class of students, a group of students? Did you immediately start with in our way after doing the level 1 with us?
Yes.
I think yes. Yes. We start immediately. We came back Latvia. We had many groups in that time, and immediately we start to use the tools that we learned there immediately, because they are very useful and very important, and it's something that I apply in every day, in every lesson we do. We apply these tools that you gave, these techniques and everything, the knowledge about the history, about musicality, everything is so useful that the people who have not attended the course, they should go, because it's something that is extremely good and extremely important. There is a problem with
So good. Yes, internet here is with a little bit of problem. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
¿Nos escucha?
Sí.
Okay. Parece que ahora ha volvido. It seems like it. Good. Nice. So thank you very much for that words. So you made the training 4 years ago, if I remember.
Almost
In what
5.
year was?
The KTT you made almost 5 years ago. Are you still using?
I think it was 6 years ago.
You are
5.5.
You are doing the math because of your daughters, yeah?
Yes,
Remember
exactly.
the daughter
I was pregnant
age.
with my second daughter.
Nice. So almost 6 years ago, are you still using that kind of material in your lessons? For lesson number 1, number 2, number 3, you still use it?
Definitely.
That was a good investment.
Definitely. It's something that is extremely basic. It's something that the people really need to build a very good base. Without this,
Nice.
I think there is no Kizomba. We need this base. We need to build very good base, and you did all these tools. You gave us all these tools, and I think thanks to this, we can put the people to dance in the right way. With the basic, with a good base, I think they can do many good things.
You should see how Joan is torturing local people with virgula, which is a problem for you. Because, we like to dance like this. And with virgula, it's difficult for us. And he's always saying, suave, suave.
So good. And to see if you can have this understanding, it's a question that I like to do, because like I said, it's a big investment, and mainly it's an investment of time. So because time you cannot quantify. I know that a lot of you need to stop your working, you need to use some vacation time to be able to do this kind of traveling. So it's difficult to give a value to that. But taking in consideration the value of the course, so the training price, that was for you 500 euros each one. Can you tell me more or less how long it took to recover that investment?
We never counted.
We didn't
But
do
more or
it.
less, to have an idea, because some people think that when you have something, a price for something, the expectation of being expensive or being cheap is very subjective. I learned this with my business partner. An employee of 500 euros a month can be very expensive, and an employee of 5,000 euros a month can be very cheap. It depends on the return that you will bring to you. So if the 5,000 euros a month employee brings to the company 100,000 of income, it's a very cheap investment. So
no, I think after 6 months of lessons, no, or less maybe, we
You know, we always we live like we never. You cannot measure everything in money.
of course,
So you must have it like a pleasure. So it was pleasure. When you said how much it cost, me first, I had forgotten how much it cost.
Yeah.
To be honest, I never thought about that. It comes back, of course, if you give that time. We gave classes 6 nights a week.
yeah, and many groups. I think in this
That was
moment,
like-
maybe in 4 weeks, 1 month, we took the money back.
of course, it's very subjective, including in that part, because if you teach in Northern Europe countries, it's different if you teach in Cuba, because for sure the lessons will be much cheaper in Latin America. The price of the money is different. If you teach 1 hour a week is one thing. If you teach 6 hours a week, it's another thing. But it's also, it's in your hands to control the amount of work that you give. So it's good for us to know that it's possible in 1 month to recover. Living in Latvia, in 1 month, it's possible to recover the investment.
Yeah,
Of course, teaching 6 hours. But it's something that is important.
Yes. But you know, even for not only for lessons, I like to play music. I work as a DJ also, not especially Kizomba DJ, but from this time I start to understand better the music. I could calificar, ¿no?
Qualify.
Yeah, saber. I could know all these kind of rhythm that are in this rich, very
Umbrella.
rich African world of rhythms, and you help very much. You help me very, very, very much. From this time, I start to listen more. I start to pay more attention in the music, souk, ghetto souk, kizomba, all of modern style and everything. And now I actually I play kizomba also. So it's only not useful in the when you are going to teach, but also if you are going to play music, it's very helpful. I I love it. I love these classes with you. I think if we are going to be able to attend another course of you in other level, I think we are going to do it definitely, because the experience, it was the best. The best. I think we don't spend the time. We had fun during this time, because all the lessons were so open and so interesting, and but I didn't feel any pressure or no, everything. It was so natural, so good that yeah, I would like to repeat it for sure. Of course, we had also a very nice group. I think all the guys who were in my group, they were also very nice persons.
Are you still in contact with them?
Yeah, of course.
6 years later, so good. You want to ask?
Yeah. The things that you learn, you also teach salsa. What do you teach more? The salsa? You teach bachata also?
No, bachata no. I teach only Cuban salsa, rueda de casino, because I am not a professional dancer. I am just one guy who knows to dance Cuban salsa.
But
I like
the things that you learn. The things that you learn on KTT, you learn also on KTT level 1. We give lots of tips to the pedagogic tips. And the things that we taught you in KTT, did you also use to improve your teaching in salsa and rueda and eso?
I think yes, because you gave more than the tools for Kizomba. You
Yeah.
gave also projection. Maybe you didn't teach in voice, but in the way you act, you were teaching also.
Of course.
It was not explicit, but you were teaching also implicit, and I catch everything. And of course, the projection, everything. It helped very much. It helped very much, and of course, I put it in my methodology in Cuban salsa also. Of course.
Let's change here the subject because we have the time counted as we start teaching by Zoom at 8. Today we will teach salsa, by the way.
Oh, that's good. And I saw you. You do it very, very, very good.
We love Cuban salsa. I start dancing Cuban salsa first, before Kizomba and before on 1 or on 2, it was Cuban. And although I learned with Venezuelan, not with Cubans, it was first with Venezuelan. About you two, do you have, talking about work and talking about dance, do you have a big dream related to dance projects?
It's hard to speak about this. You know, we had a project together. We were doing one festival for 7 years, 8 years here in Latvia, but all this dance world is changing too much.
Yeah.
That we fell in a crisis, emotion crisis, because you know everything is changing, but I don't feel that it's changing to good. It's changing to not so good, about quality in many senses, and we don't like to do bad events. We like quality events, but the concurrence is
Competition.
the competition. The competition is not so
Friendly.
It's not so friendly, and in this way we fell down our dreams.
Yeah, because our aim didn't coincide with the aim of local people, because many urban events came in with taxi dancers teaching, and I would allow myself to say low budget events, and which don't cost much, and we didn't want to continue with that, and that was big competition, and it was big investments for our family.
Of course.
Of course.
And then we thought, let's make a break 1 year, and then COVID came.
So it was a good decision to do that break.
Yeah, for last year was good, but we are still thinking of doing something. But yes, we would like to have it here in Latvia, that people don't feel it like competition between organizers. That people should come, unite, have fun, support each other. But it's not like this, unfortunately. But it should be like this.
You know what? Regarding that, more and more with the years, and I don't want to look like a person that have a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge, but the fact is that we already passed for different stages and for a lot of different situations, and we had to deal already with a lot of competition situations in different fields, managing a bar, a club, managing a dance studio, in festivals, organizing events, our own events. So we have experience in a lot of different areas of competition. And at the end of the day, with all these stages, and mainly during this COVID time, the pandemic time, we have more time to study self-improvement and to learn more about ourselves and what can we do to deal with that situations that we cannot control. And that is the biggest achievement during this pandemic. And I'm every single day in the morning, I repeat this to myself. Every time we have a live, we repeat this in a way that we can try to inspire others to think the same way. There are things in our life that we can control, and there are things that we cannot control. And most of the times we waste energy focusing on things that we cannot control. And what we cannot control, we cannot do nothing. So instead, we need to be with attention. We need to pay attention of our environment and our surroundings, but we should direct our focus, our time, our energy to the things that we control. And there are a lot of different ways that we can do the same things related to the things that we control, namely to a festival. So although we are in Portugal, and although we have a name in the market, of course, we felt also the entrance and the fashion modes of urban keys and fusion and all that stuff. But we kept strict to our focus and we kept strict to our believings. If instead of doing an event to 3,000 people, if I need to do an event to 100 people, but in the direction that I want, I will do in that direction. I will focus on the things that I control. Instead of looking to my neighbor that will have 2,000 people and I just have 200, I don't want to have 2,000 going in the direction that I don't believe.
Yeah.
So I will be happy and be blessed by those and thankful by those that believe in the same things that we believe. And by consequence, with the time, of course, this is hard work, but it's like constructing a house. If you construct it in paper, it will not last. So you need to have strong foundation, and it will take more time to construct a house with bricks, with concrete, with all that stuff that it needs. Take more time to construct, but it also will last more. So for example, Tafish Kizomba Festival, it's an event that have a structure, and we had a moment that we thought, let's allow this event to grow. And to grow, we could not do it in our building. We need to rent a different place. And we had the possibility to grow to 1,000 people event. But thank God, we have that little star that appeared in our life many times that told us, don't go there. Keep the same size, increase the price of the tickets, and give best experience to those that are attending the event. So instead of growing for masses, you can bring better quality for less people and becoming more exclusive. And at the same time, you can, if you want, you can have other different events that can born with that kind of objective. So my advice for you regarding, because when you, I'm getting also this capacity of reading eyes.
Yes.
I saw on your eyes when you talk about your festival, that was something that you were really passionate. Yes, and you got really sad to be able to take that decision of stopping doing the festival. So, because you have priorities and you have your family, and your family is a priority, and you should not allow that bad decisions in business influence your family, because you have two big responsibilities with two beautiful daughters that we already met them here in backstage. So my advice for you, you should have a talk, forgetting now the COVID time, because during this time, it's not possible to do nothing, but this will pass for sure. If you look to our history, there were many different pandemic situations with less resources that we have nowadays. So by all the interest that may be related to this pandemic situation, it will pass for sure. And we'll be back to a different reality, but for sure we'll be able to travel, to have festivals, to do whatever we need to do. So I would like to try to inspire you to have like a talk, like a meeting. You need to book in your agenda a meeting
between you two
of 1 hour, 2 hours. You need to define a beginning and the ending.
Yes, very important.
Pick up your agenda and you say, this day at this hour, we have this meeting that we cannot do nothing more. It's just to talk about this dream that we have about our festival. And you have experience already with what you had. And you have experience about what happened on the competition. So now you are more mature to take proper decisions and try to draw an event to your size. Okay, it's a handmade suit, not to please the others. It's to please yourself, to the things that you believe. Because when you do something by passion, you start creating a kind of energy that will spread and will call people aligned with your same energy. When you do the things for the wrong reasons, sooner or later, the things will not work. And even worse, you will attract people that don't have the proper direction. And restart again that project, aligned with the things that you believe. And dream big and start small. Because now we will all need to start again and restart all the projects that we had. We had in our school here, we had 2 schools, March 2020. 2 schools, one in Vila Nova de Gaia, another in Porto. 1,200 students we had. 1,200 alumnos teníamos. From kids from 3 years old till grown-up people till 70 years old.
Yeah.
At this moment, we have 250 students. And we had the need to make the decision to close one of the studios,
One of the schools,
to be able to keep the jobs of our employees.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to make that difficult decision. But I truly believe that was not a loss. It was a strategical option
to keep
be able to keep alive and to be able to restart again and don't allow to ruin years, 20 years of work. Because this is our passion and this is what we love to do and we live daily for that. And that's why we are attracting more people with the same mindset. And the only thing that changed was the way that we saw the things, was the way that we start having our perspective, was the way that we start not excusing, but understanding our competition and the fears that they have and why they are doing what they are doing. So instead of fighting them, we decide, let's keep giving good examples and let's fight through the good examples, because naturally we will open people's eyes with the time. And those that don't need to open the eyes, that's okay. It's like the river. The river just go in one direction, don't return back. So let's look to life as a river. We pass, it's a new learning. Let's move on. So this is a homework. I hope that you do that.
Yeah.
Look in your agenda a day.
Yes.
Let's talk about this dream that you have of your festival. Define, think writing. This was another learn that I had. Think writing with hand, not on the computer, hand on paper. And after you can pass to the computer. The name, the dates, the people, the number of people, the amount of money that you will invest, the amount of money that you will get back, your profit. Define your profit at the beginning. Define the money that you will need to have by sponsors. What are the sponsors that you want to reach? So do like a budget, not only financial budget, but also emotional budget and deliver project budget. Make sense?
Yes. Of course, definitely. I think we are going to start to think about, because it's something that we don't want to leave. Of course, it's one project that is part of our family. Almost 8 years doing it, and it's not easy to
you know, Joan, you are lucky because people usually say, some people say that we are lucky because we are both in this. Yes, we are a couple, love couple, and we are both in here in this business. But there are people that say that also that is not easy. It's not easy, but I think it's better to be both in the same business, because even more, because one is down, the other is not so down and can put the other one that is not so good in a good vibration. Yes, and that's why it's so lucky. We are lucky and we are blessed
that's
to be
true.
both together. And you also, yes. Then
That's true.
both don't let both go down. No, one of you need to pick up the other, and then the opposite.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. It's like
I
this.
have a suggestion for you. Try to find this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, from Dale Carnegie.
Okay, I'm going to
Okay.
look for it. Yes.
Find this book. This is a life-changing book, mainly to learn how to deal with competition. This was the book that helped me to understand better how to deal with people that are not aligned with the same way that we think.
For sure, you can.
Irina.
You can have in this or in Spanish or in Latvian language. I
For
don't
sure.
know. Yeah.
This book was written like on the 20s and have more than 60 millions of copies sold. So it's like a
All over the world.
bestseller, and it's a must-read book. You will like it for sure.
You can read or you can pick up like audio book, and it's amazing.
And you have in Spanish, English, almost for sure in Latvian you also have.
Yeah. It's a very nice. If you didn't memorize, ask by WhatsApp, and we will send to you the name of the book. Yeah.
Good.
That's true. Wow, very good.
We are getting to the end. Thank you so much for being here. Like
No,
always,
thank you. It's a pleasure for us.
we would like you to deliver two messages, okay, to finish. One, an advice for someone that might be undecided to invest in KTT, because now we have the KTT online. The big advantage of the online training is that all the lessons are recorded, not only the material prepared, but also the teaching by ourselves. So when you come here, you have advantage because we can touch each other. So the energy is different. But you take home with you a lot of material with the dossier, with the combinations of the lesson. But most of the material, you don't have that recorded. You hear, you watch, and you take your notes. And you might forget things. The online version have this advantage because all the words are recorded and you can watch and rewatch the number of times that you want. So online have advantage, physical presence have other advantage. So including we are now thinking about this possibility that the level 1 will be only online because it's a way of being introduced to our system. And as an experience of student, it's better to study, it's better, but you miss the inspirational part. So the level 2 will be only live. So those that do the level 1 after can travel to Portugal and do the level 2 here in our facilities and have a different experience. It's something that we are thinking about. So,
and any plans for Semba?
Yes, we have online. The teachers training online, yes, for now, at least. It's possible. And you as a KTT student, you have a big discount. No, I can say the prices. So the course is announced up to 350 euros, and you have 6 lessons prepared, one by one, Spanish and English, with the dossier, with the videos, explanations, face-to-face, warm-up of Afro House. So you know already the structure. So it's 350 euros. For KTT students like you, it's just 100 euros. And you have 16 lessons ready to teach. Okay? And it's online. And you get a link with your password and your username.
Okay.
And in a platform, it's a course platform, you have there lesson 1, lesson 2, and you just need internet to access all the information. This is a possibility.
When is it possible to start?
Whenever you want, just send me. You just need the coupon code. You just need the promo code, the discount code. Okay, because now it's available to buy, and you use the discount code and immediately take off 250 euros, and you just pay 100. Good.
Good.
Message 1 For someone that might be like undecided of investing on KTT, what is the message? Message
Well,
2, for your students, for your friends, for people that follow you, something for them.
well, I am going to say in Spanish, for those who speak Spanish, Irina en English, yes?
Okay.
Ok, esto es para los muchachos que están indecisos. No se lo pierdan. Estos son los mejores profesores. El punto de vista que le dan a la clase, la óptica, la visión que tienen de la clase es muy completa. Es una base que se construye. Tienen un sistema de clase para construir la base extremadamente buena. Yo pienso que vale, pero vale por mucho, vale la pena. Así que no lo piensen más. Tienen que ir con Afro-Latin Connection, obligatoriamente. No lo piensen más. Tienen que ir con ellos.
Muchas gracias.
I think it doesn't need any translation into English because he spoke so much energy that anyone can understand it.
It's that and the smile. You have really like the most beautiful smile in the
Yes,
world.
it's true.
You need to use that smile
Yeah.
to attract students. So that smile spells a lot. You do that for sure. A lot.
Yeah.
And message for your audience, for your followers, for your students, for your friends.
Thank you for inviting us. It was a really pleasure. It was a really pleasure.
Thank you.
And we are going to attend very soon the Semba course, definitely.
And let's hope that we can restart again soon doing something here in dance, that our people can come because they are really waiting also for us.
Yeah.
And then we have to learn something new, to give them something new, and to make, a circle of everything.
Beautiful. So I want to just remind you that you have a homework, and in a way that we know that you do that homework, please take a picture. It can be like an Instagram story that is just 24 hours on. You take
Yes.
a picture, you tag us saying, we have the date.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
You have till tomorrow to take a picture and to say, we have a date, in a way that we know that you book in your agenda. The meeting can be in 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, whatever you want, but book in your agenda a day and an hour to talk about that, please.
Okay, definitely.
Thank you very much, my beautiful people.
Thank
It's a pleasure to be here talking
Thank
with
you very
you.
much.
We keep in touch. Thank you very much for all of you that took your time to listen to us, and those that will listen after, because this will keep online on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Maybe Instagram will not, because it was like a mess.
Yeah.
We are still learning. Focus in what you control. That's the point. And see you soon. Mwah.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.